These are the 7 greatest high school careers for Foot Locker alums. And so at number 7 here.
Ran together for 2 miles, and then Chris Zielinski pulled away. And I think Neff believes that in these better conditions, perhaps he's got a good shot of finally beating Chris, because it's the only race he's lost all year.
Very strong runner. He's moving to the front now, and he feels like he can use those hills to separate himself from the other runners.
That's a powerful half-miler, miler's body than it is a distance runner. Neff Araya looked like he's made for about 10K or higher. Sackins is a junior, now powering home as the national champion in 2002, and probably using 2001 completely to his Foot Locker championships. He's our winner, and his time is 14:40 unofficially. What a great run. Now it's how much is he winning by? 100 meters. There's the Chris Zielinski, the Rockets fan club.
It's amazing to put that much distance on second place in the last mile.
Chris Zielinski. So Chris, just a little quick there about the Foot Locker history there. So out of Wisconsin, 2-time finalist, 3rd in 2001, the champ in 2002, and would have been the course record. Now, we've already heard that story, so I don't know if we want to go down that path. Ruben's over there going, yeah, okay, but I did run it. You said you could have. But anyway, 14:40, though, it is the 3rd fastest time in history, and the largest winning margin still to this day, 21 seconds in that. He went on to run 4:03 in high school, 8:43 also, and eventually set the American record at 26:59. And can we go through any race with anybody not talking about how big you are? My gosh, every conversation is that, isn't it? So anyway, welcome.
My father always likes to talk about the bumblebee theory, because I let that get to me at times, where the scientific fact the bumblebee's body mass is too big for its wings for it to fly. Nobody told the bumblebee. So anytime I end up down on myself, I think about the bumblebee theory.
Anyway, Chris, now that you're coaching here now and talking to high school kids about it, so what are you doing talking to high school kids and then the kids you coach real quick about what's going on with training? What are you trying to get them to do, and how are you keeping them motivated to train on their own or virtually? I assume you're having Zoom conferences and all the rest. So Coach Zielinski, what are we doing about that?
I mean, we just try to focus big time on what we can control. There's a lot out there that we cannot control, and so we focus on the things we can control. And for us, we kind of took a page out of, this is our opportunity to be post-collegiates and kind of think post-collegiately in the fall. And so we just kind of tried to put down a really good foundation, thinking that, okay, this is our fall, getting ready for winter and spring track season. And whether that's cross-country in the winter, whether that's track in the spring, we don't know. And, we were one of the fortunate conferences that got to race this fall, and we still didn't really change our training plan to be, in cross country mode. We kind of kept it at, all right, we're going to be at that fall mode, and the kids responded really well to it, and we kept things in small groups. And I think it's easy to lose sight of just how troubling time this can be, especially, younger kids, whether it's freshmen, sophomores in college or high school. And then you look at the other end of it, the juniors and seniors in college or high school, where they're missing out on those normal experiences, normal opportunities. And so we just had a lot of honest conversations about, again, controlling what we can control. This not being an ideal year, but we're going to make the best of it rather than sit there and dwell on anything that we can't be doing in the moment.
Thanks, Chris. So let's go on to number 6 here. So number 6 on our list of the greatest high school boys' careers.
Alan Webb. Look at this race. You guys remember this. This is one of our favorites. Alan Webb is a 3:53 high school mile record holder still to this day. He's the American record holder in the mile. He's run 3:46.91. I mean, this guy ran 1:47, also over 800 meters, but could crush the 5K as well. So much strength, so much speed. He's now coaching. He's still giving back to the sport. He's going to have, I believe, his 4th daughter. They're pregnant with number 4. I mean, lots going on with this guy. But check out this race a little bit. Here's Dathan Ritzenheim in the lead, and Alan Webb coming up behind.
He's like a Florida hanging Chad at this point, driving toward a second title, having put a serious gap on Virginia's Alan Webb. Any chance that Webb can get it back, Dina?
Dathan shows him scuttling through the chute.
Alan Webb in second, 20 seconds back. Ryan Hall in third. The big three living up to.
Hey, that color commentator sounded there, didn't it, Dina? All right, so let's move on here now. So, by the way, so Alan Webb will join us along with Dathan Ritzenheim and Ryan Hall 2 weeks from now on our next opportunity. So you certainly want to join us. All right, so let's go on to number 5 now. Number 5 on our list. There he is, that good-looking guy. Another one, Michigan. We're already getting comments, by the way, from people on our website. Nobody's better than Wisconsin. Michigan has produced the best. Well, here's a Michigan kid that was phenomenal. 2013 and 2014 Foot Locker national champion, of course, Grant Fisher. He ran a 15:03 in 2014. What a year. He came back that year in track, and he ends up running championship. Miler, of course, went on to Stanford and was an NCAA champion at Stanford, and now is one of the top American distance runners, just like with Wayne and Corey we're talking about, and Molly's joined us. This is one of those boys that's going to end up being on that Olympic team one of these days and push that Foot Locker number. So,
we're here this time, guys, right here. Great.
And those are. All right. And now on to our number 4, Carrie.
Yeah, he's here with us today. Let's bring up his video. He was here 4 times, first ever, Jorge Torres. He was 13th, 5th, 2nd, and then in this race, he's going to break the tape. This is 1998. Jorge went on, like he said, to win NCAA championships, U.S. championships, became an Olympian, and now I think it's really cool, and we'll have to hear from him after we watch his video here, that he is now giving back to the sport in a different way. He's helping to represent the athletes that are trying to make the Olympic teams, world championships, getting sponsors, making it a career for people. So he's working for Mark Wetmore, the agent, and doing so many great things. So Jorge, pretty awesome race here. I bet it felt awesome to finally get to break the tape yourself.
As my brother would have said, when I finally crossed the tape and he crossed the tape, and I said, "Hey, Ed, I won it." He's like, "It's about time." But yeah, it was a great feeling. Just break the tape for the first time after so many years of being there. Fortunately enough to make it all 4 years. But yeah, it just brings great memories. Anytime I ever see it, just the videos of Foot Locker, just always has a warm place in my heart. And yeah, for what I do now in my job is I help athletes achieve their dreams and give back by giving my experience and what I went through as a amateur athlete all the way to the professional scene, and give my life experiences to these young athletes and hope to see them achieve their goals. And it's a great feeling.
Outstanding. Let's go on to number 3 now on our list of the greatest high school careers here. And, we've got a lot of Michigan and a lot of Wisconsin, but so how about Texas now in here? So, this is the race that everybody talks about. We don't go 5 minutes without talking about this at the beginning of every Foot Locker race. It was the record's 14:36, and it was Ruben Reyna. Boy, that was a phenomenal race. It's one of the fastest races in history also. So it certainly wasn't a cakewalk for Ruben to win that, but just a little bit more as we watch here. 7 times he was the Texas State champion and won the 2 mile and the mile 3 times. Then went on to Arkansas, like everybody did in the 80s, and became an NCAA champion there, became a national champion, as we mentioned, in 1992, a U.S. Olympian. So a little bit more of Ruben winning here. Of course, right.
Ruben, what were you thinking right here? Pumping your fist. Tell us your thoughts.
Well, it was just a great feeling to think that I was finally going to win the event. It was I don't know, it's hard to believe at the time.
When you ran that fast, were you thinking time at all, or just get to the finish line first?
No, I wasn't. Well, I wasn't thinking time at that point, or during the race really at all. Was I thinking about the record? Although the night before, I did look at the record that was posted on a poster board, and I remember staring at it, thinking that, that seems possible. They were saying that record was an amazing record then, and that record was never going to be broken. I was staring at that thing. Somebody mentioned that to me over my shoulder, and I looked at him like, really? I was just thinking in my head, I think I might break that record. But I never thought about it again after that. To be honest with you, I was just a racer. You know, I ran to win, and just the record came. The competition was just that great.
That's awesome.
All right, let's go on to number 2 here now. This will be our number 2 all-time high school boy here, and there he is, Lucas Verzbickas, a phenomenal career. So 2009. Became the only boy who's ever done this. He won the NXN and Foot Locker in the same year. And then his track times are just phenomenal. 8:29 for 2 miles is the official. Then ended up running 7:54.71 for 3,000. So the official record's 8:29, but he did run 8:25. 8:25 for 3,200 meters in a high school. And when he won the Foot Locker, the national championship, he just looked like it was so easy for him. And at the same time, everybody knows he was a great triathlete. Went to Oregon out of high school, but wanted to concentrate on triathletes, and unfortunately had a serious bike injury, and that kind of derailed things. But certainly in high school, your case could be made as maybe the greatest, but we have him at number 2. And so now, who did we put as the number 1 guy of all time here? Well, number 1. There he is, Nathan Ritzenheim, and again, a Michigan runner here. 3-time Foot Locker finalist. And we're going to talk about the 2000 race at some point here with him and Ryan and Alan. But the 1999 race is maybe, you might make a case, as the greatest high school individual race of all time. And 14:29. Now that's a flat course, no doubt about it. You can see on the video, you're in Florida for about 5 years, and it was flat and fast. But if you're into speed ratings, it's the highest ever recorded speed rating ever, and it was a phenomenal race. 4 boys under 14:36. 4 boys, high school boys under 14:36. And in that race, 4 future Olympians. Ritz, of course, Ian Dobson was there. Alan Webb was in that race. Matt Tegenkamp was the 4th one. Then he came back the following year and won again the Foot Locker Nationals, won by 20 seconds. And that same year, he went on to win a bronze medal in the World Junior Cross Country Championship. So, just like we said, as Chris had gone on to break the American record, Ritz went on to break the American record at 5,000, running 12:56.27 eventually. So that's our top 7 boys high school.